a person is stuck in a palm tree. This is a live look out at the scene. This is right near Rancho and Oakey. We are the only crew out here while Las Vegas Fire tries to rescue this person. I've been looking at this for just about 5 minutes now. It doesn't look like that person is moving very much, but fire crews just now getting to the scene within the last few minutes.
That he appears to be a landscaper, perhaps. He looks like he was strapped in the tree there, perhaps trimming that palm tree, from what we could tell so far.
Yeah, I know this is actually a residential area. There are houses all over Rancho and Oakey, so that does seem like a likely possibility, just a landscaper helping out someone in the area just stuck in that tree, hanging from the harness, it looks like.
Yeah, it's hard when you look at the picture, you go, okay, you got to get your bearings, and it looks like a man wearing a hat, and that was up there either trimming or whatever, but it's like there's a strap, and it looks like, you know, he's trying to stay attached to the tree, because you can see that strap around his back there, which is probably very painful at this point. And, you know, fire crews might be telling him that not to move, because we aren't, like we said, seeing much movement at this point, but they are using the ladder truck to get up there and get attached to him.
Yeah, from our excellent vantage point here provided by our photographer Jason Harvey there, he's on the scene. You could see that the worker there appears somewhat trapped or sandwiched in between maybe pieces of branches and that harness, how he's strapped in there. You can see him sort of reaching back and sort of trying to support himself while that harness keeps him strapped in. There you see his left hand there sort of, you know, trying to support himself as he feels that pressure against those branches there.
It does look like he's trying to stabilize himself. I did see his arm move a little bit, and it does look like right now they're trying to cut down some branches, maybe make it easier to get to him on the backside of that tree out there right now.
You know, it is a serious situation, because we have had actually people hurt, and also we've had deaths in Las Vegas when this has happened. I mean, we have so many palm trees. We have landscapers that get up there, or tree trimmers to try and, you know, cut them down because they grow. And this could be, you know, it is a dangerous situation right now, and it's proven so in the past.
Yeah, well, I know just in dealing with some landscapers that they'll certainly trim your palm trees as long as they could reach them from the ground. But when they got to get up on the ladder, it's a whole nother ball game, because they have to have a certain amount of insurance and all of that. So obviously this is we could assume to be a professional landscaper here who was just in the middle of doing his job today, when all of a sudden obviously something went wrong there. Good news is obviously fire crews there on the scene. They seem to be having a pretty good handle so far on what the situation is and what they're dealing with at the very least.
But I mean, adding to the danger of the situation, you have to figure it's close to 100 degrees or right around there. I'm not exactly sure, but it's absolutely hot out there, out in the sun, working and now stuck, it looks like, for at least, we've been looking at this for at least 10-15 minutes right now.
Yeah, I don't know if our photographer Jason Harvey can hear us or not, but if so, Jason, could you tilt down to kind of give us a sense of just how high this tree is? Oh yes, okay, he could hear us. So you can see that extension ladder from that fire truck. Rough estimate here, that looks to be at what, at least 30, maybe 40 feet high, it appears at this right now.
Yeah, it's definitely, and like Yasmin was saying, a residential area. It looks like it's behind the gate of either a private home or a private neighborhood in that area. You know, Rancho and Oakey, a very kind of historic area where the trees are really big, overgrown. You know, sometimes we have parts of town that are still developing, and this is definitely an area that's got those big trees and the kind of historic lined roads there with all the trees and everything like that. And so they probably have a lot of this type of landscaping, tree cutting, you know, in these types of neighborhoods, and so they need it. It looks like they're, I don't know, I was looking at the firefighters earlier, pulling out some type of contraption that they are, they seem to be okay with what's going on, though. They don't seem panicked. They might be trying to actually cut him out.
Hopefully
and
this is,
loosen him up. There we go.
There we go. Okay. We didn't see that that man on the other side of the tree there cutting away some of those branches. Okay, so now we have a better understanding of probably exactly what happened there. It looks like he was trimming this palm tree when some of those branches actually came down on top of him, then wedged him in between the tree and the harness. And we see those firefighters now on the other side there. They were slowly just sort of chopping away at those branches, and they all just finally came loose.
Well, it does look like he is conscious, but it looks like just the relief in his body after being at least a little bit relieved from cutting down those leaves in the area. But
yeah, you kind of see him nodding like they're talking to him. We just moved his hand, so they're probably asking him some questions to make sure that he's okay. And from here, they'll get him unattached from that. Hopefully, they can get him up where they are and then lower down. But good news is he seems to be okay.
Yeah, I'm sure his heart is racing. I'm sure he is exhausted. That is a frightening ordeal he just went through there. Do we have any indication at this point right now about how long he was trapped there? Do we know?
I'm not sure if we have that information right now, but we'll try and talk to our photographer, Harvey, who did just get out there within the last few minutes. But we'll try and get that information here before the end of the show.
So now the question is, how are they going to get him down? Is he going to scale down on his own? I imagine he wouldn't, being that he might be probably a little exhausted. Perhaps firefighters are going to try and get him into that bucket there and lower him down safely that way.
But definitely some scary moments. I know my heart fell just a little bit when we had those branches falling. We didn't know if he was attached to those branches, but thankfully, obviously, firefighters knew exactly what to do to make things at least easier for him until they were able to save him and get him down from there.
Yeah, because like I said, we've had times in the past where, you know, these rescues have not been successful, and so it's definitely a scary situation, and you got to treat it you know, it's obviously an emergency situation at this point, but look at him, he's moving around there. Oh, he's probably just so relieved to take that pressure off his back.
Yeah, so he looked like that was, he was in some pain there, and obviously the firefighters there did a fantastic job. They had the full confidence there in that harness and that strap that he was strapped in safely as they kind of whacked away at those branches there, and it looks like now they are being lowered to the ground, and perhaps maybe this landscaper will just bring himself down from the tree.
Yeah, or else maybe they're trying to get something else, or maybe let some of the guys off and then go back up and get him. We're going to obviously watch this.
Absolutely. We are the only crew on the scene right now following this breaking situation, but we're working to get you more details. It does look like he is working his way down from the tree right now.
Yeah, it looks like perhaps, is that a ladder underneath him there? Jason, can you tilt down just a little bit? That is another ladder right there. I don't know if that's his extension ladder or perhaps the fire department's extension ladder, but perhaps that's what he's going to try and get down to right now.
Gosh, it's who knows the plan, but they seem pretty secure on what they have chosen to do here, which is go back down, and maybe they will come back up, like you said, or maybe he will go down himself. But it looks like he's waiting at this point. We weren't sure, but it does look like he's waiting for something, so it's probably just the next step in the rescue. They did have a lot of guys in there, you know, like we had at first not seen the other two on the other side actually doing the chopping of the branches there. So with 4 folks, maybe they need to go down, unload, and then go back up and hopefully get him in the ladder truck as well.
Yeah, I imagine the concern right now is, you know, is he dealing with exhaustion, and can he be trusted on his own power to sort of scale down that tree? I'd imagine at this point firefighters are happy that he's safe for the moment. They want to keep him that way, and no reason to press their luck. So I would be surprised if he would come down on his own power.
Yeah.
I would think at this point firefighters are trying to figure out how to actually go up there and safely remove him from that tree. We'll continue to follow these developments.
Can you only imagine, though, when we saw that huge chunk fall? I mean, from here, it looked like it hurt and like it was heavy. That is heavy stuff up there in the palm trees, and so I can only imagine he's got some major scrapes and bruises there. But again, he's moving, he's conscious, and he seems to be okay. I think we're going to take a quick break. Is that what we're doing? And we're going to come back, and we'll be following this for you. So stay with us. We'll be right back.